Hi everyone, sitting out here in the sun at the Cobalt building, which is the headquarters of the Siemens Gamesa service organisation here in the UK, and I'm with Dave Boogie. Dave, why are you here?
Well, I'm here, Tom, because this is the place where, as far as I can tell, Siemens Social Network has been used to the greatest extent and has created the most business value. And I'm really interested in why that's the case, how it came about, and is that true? Have we really created here significant business value?
Okay, sounds interesting. And how are you going to do that?
Well, what we've done is we've really brought people together who've worked in this business for the last few years, and some that were here right at the beginning of when SSN was launched, and we've just inquired with them about what's their experience been, how did they get started using SSN, where does it create value today, and what's that story been.
Key benefits that we thought of SSN are the lead times, so that's whether you've got a query or if you've got sort of general PR or you want to get a message across. It's very snappy and exactly what you mentioned before, with getting things resolved quickly. The second key benefit we thought was breaking down the barriers. So that's barriers in the hierarchy, so up and down, so from the CEO down to a technician, also across, so from cross-departmental, but also bearing in mind a lot of the workforce is very dispersed as well. So working remotely means that you've got much better connection and don't feel isolated. In fact, in some ways, much better connected than people who work in person in a big office such as this.
It comes back to the point earlier about the removing of barriers. The geographical barrier is removed. All of a sudden, you are on site. You're now seeing the rotor, and I think in a geographically dispersed business, it is huge benefits to address those kind of physical barriers.
But I think that's probably one of the successes behind SSN was the geographical issue. We were so dispersed, it was so hard to communicate with people. So this gave that geographical actually drove SSN into a position where this can be a success to help break that barrier. So the geographical dispersion helped that to become a success.
Yeah, it's what binds us now, it's what connects us, we're now in this virtual working environment. It's just physically, some of us are here, some of us are over there, but virtually we're together.
But one of the things we also mentioned was, like, when we talk about tangible benefits to the business, internally, like, the guys have changed how they communicate with our team, and it probably says about an hour a day in emails.
Yeah, if not more. And we communicate with our remote teams, which is rope access technicians, major cases technicians, heavy lift technicians, pretty much predominantly by SSN, and we never used to, which always used to mean send an email out and get hundreds back, which would always come to me. And now we just don't do that. We had to commit to saying, right, okay, we're going to communicate via SSN. If we need to post anything out to you, it goes on SSN, you read it on there. If you need to comment back, you can see the comments that have already been placed on there, and then we don't have loads of other people asking the same question. They can see what's been said before that. So yeah, that saved loads of emails coming into my mailbox and probably their manager's mailbox. And then we also sort of went into using the helpful links section. So we put everything that our remote technicians needed in helpful links so that they have one place to go. So it saved time for me in dealing with emails, but also saved time for our technicians in having to hunt around to find links, information that they needed. They just need to go into one place and it's all there for them.
Yeah, I think having the question put on social network means that everybody's getting to see the question and everybody gets to see the answer. And it's an opportunity sometimes for discussion rather than a statement. So somebody might come back and ask something different, but there's so many different people out there that can answer it. It's not relying then on one person. And so that the chances of getting the technicians back online much quicker are massive.
It doesn't work just for sort of iron wind queries, but that's sort of generally any queries across the technical world as well. There's plenty of times, I mean, look at the turbine down group that we've got now, where if you need a part, they might be in Teesside, somebody can tag me in it, I'll be sat at Teesside and we can get that part there that day instead of ordering from DK with a 2-day drive. And it's the way it's helping with production of turbines is really good as well. So the benefits of just having that short-term response.
So I'd add to that, and we've heard the daily down turbine call. Now it's embedded in part of the process. There's probably a handful of a couple of other key examples of where it's really embedded in part of the process. But I think this is maybe the new era. So I think the new era is actually how can we actually even more embed it in processes as we go along. So another way we could embed it is that's kind of happening is communication from senior leadership. That could be part of the process to cascade. An email is just dead. You know, there's a couple of others that we need to formalise. And when I say a couple, there's probably tens of others, hundreds eventually. But I think it's the era. I think it's the next step, maybe.
Wow, that was interesting. Thanks to everyone who was involved. Dave, what was your takeaway?
I think the key for me, Tom, was around the idea that SSN and social networks are not just Facebooks for work. They create real, tangible and significant business value. And they don't simply make what was there before a little bit more efficient. They actually transform the way that we can work together. And, you know, I think that is really fundamental and important for the future of Siemens and Siemens Gamesa, actually.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I suppose it's great to hear all those stories, but then the next big question is, how do you get to that situation? So maybe that's the next thing we do, is go and find out how they got there.